Hey guys, it's Jaggle. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new Pandemonium raids from Endwalker. These are the normal difficulty raids, and you guys seem to be pretty big fans of how I did my extreme trial guide, so we're going to do this in the exact same fashion, just kind of go over the fights. They're nothing too crazy. You guys should be able to knock them out very easily. Let's just go ahead and dive right into it. Alright guys, so you can see here the very first attack we're going to have is called Jailer's Flail. Now what this is going to do is it's going to do an arena cleave, half arena cleave, based on the boss's hitbox and the side that he is swinging the flail on. So you can see the flail is firmly planted into the right side of the ground over here. So this side of the arena is going to be not safe. This side will be safe. So what we're going to do is we're just going to scooch to the left out of that Jailer's Flail. After the first Jailer's Flail, another one will go off on the opposite side, move to dodge it. Warder's Wrath is going to be the next cast. This is going to be raid-wide damage, shield and mitigate, or heal up after. Next, we're going to have Pitiless Flail, and this one kinda is important because what's going to happen is it's going to actually be targeted on a party member. So as you just saw, this red mage over here got targeted with that line stack, so what we're going to do is just move that out of the group. He just needs to move that out of the group. Let's go back just a little bit here. Alright, so you can see the target on the red mage here and the line AoE fall on him. He just needs to move this out of the group. He's also going to need to use anti-knockback or some kind of gap closer is preferred, because once this AoE goes off, this player will be knocked back to the edge of the arena, and then a stack marker is going to follow for the group. So they want to kind of position themselves like right over here to the side on the boss's hitbox. That way if they do get knocked back, they don't go outside the arena and they can just run right back in for the group stack. Or just pop anti-knockback and don't worry about it all, stack back up with your group. Let's go ahead and watch it resolve. Next, we're going to have another Jailer's Flail. Then we will have Heavy Hand, which is a tank buster on the main threat, mitigate as necessary. Next, we are going to have Intemperance. Now, Intemperance is going to inflict us with a debuff. As you can see on my screen right here, I have a red debuff, a fire debuff. Now, these debuffs correspond with the elementals of these crystals that we see on these towers around the arena right now. So how this works is whichever crystal is at the bottom of the tower is the one whose element will resolve first. So we need to stand in one of these 4 sectors that is going to correspond with the buff we need, and we need the opposite of what we have here. So since I have red, I will need to stand in a blue quadrant. So how that's going to look is this would be a blue quadrant here. This would be a blue quadrant here. This would be a red quadrant here, and this would be a red quadrant here. And then once these resolve, this next one would become the one that goes off next, because they will go off in succession. So we can watch this play out right now. I will just need to move to a blue zone to resolve my debuff and then adjust accordingly as it goes on. Alright, so we're in a blue zone right now. He will do Intemperate Torment, which is what's going to make these crystals break and resolve our debuff. You can see the zones are lighting up, making it very easy to see. Now I'm in need of a red debuff. I could have just stayed in that same circle. Then we'll have one more, wait for it to resolve again, so it's always going to go off in 3s. Next we have Warder's Wrath, which is the raid-wide damage again. Heal up after that. Then we'll have Heavy Hand, which is the Tank Buster again. Alright guys, so now that we are in phase 2, we're going to have some kind of unique stuff going on. We're going to have an ability called Ether Chain going off. There's going to be other things we need to pay attention to as well, like these orbs that are floating around him. These are going to tell us where our safe spots are going to be. So it's always going to be opposite. These orbs are light, which correspond with these blue spaces. The other orbs will be red, which will correspond with the red spaces. So we're going to need to watch that. Also, he's going to be doing the Jailer's Flail Arena Cleave during this as well, so we'll need to watch out for that. So we'll resolve for our color. Red was safe. Now he's going to do red. We'll have to move to blue, resolve that color. And it's good to stay kind of like stacked up on his butt so you can just move left or right. Now he's going to do Flail. As you can see, the flail is over here on the left side, so this whole side of the arena will get cleaved, as well as the red fire squares, so we need to make sure we are safe from those. Our safe spot is going to be on this side of the arena and any of the blues. So we'll just scooch to the right a little bit into that and be safe. Alright, let's watch it resolve and you guys can see what I'm talking about. Move out of the way of the flail. Be in the safe zone from the element, and we're good to go there. Now he's going to flail again. So this time it's going to be right side in blue, so we're going to scooch left into the red. There we go. Out of the cleave, resolve the element. Then we're going to have Pitiless Flail again. This is the same thing as we saw earlier, guys, with the knockback. So either use knockback mitigation or position yourself accordingly. But they need to move that out of the group. Then the stack marker. So the stack marker typically will go on the person that gets knocked back. As you can see, this person got knocked outside of the arena, so the stack marker just went on someone random. That's going to happen every time if that were to be the case. Mitigate the stack, heal up afterwards. Then we're going to have another ether flail. It's going to be the left side. So we're going to scooch to the right, avoiding the flail over here and watching for the blue orbs. So we're going to need to be right red. So Slam Shut is the cast that is the raid-wide phase change. I highly recommend using heavy mitigation or like spread low or something here if you have a scholar in your group or some kind of shielding and mitigation. As you can see, it did a pretty hefty chunk to us. So yeah, just watch out for that when you're transitioning back to the phase. So now we're basically going back into exactly what phase 1 was. We're going to get Intemperance again, which is the color buffs and squares. As you can see, I have a blue buff, so we'll need to move into a red square. Again, it's always by whichever crystal is on the bottom of the stack will be the first to go. Alright, so now I need blue. Move to a blue square. As you can see, my debuff's red. We need blue. The crystal will start shaking. The floor will change color before it goes off, both indicating which one's going to happen. Now we need red. As you can see here, this has changed a bit. Now we have a flail. You have Jailer's Flail here, and then we also have our debuffs and crystals to resolve. So we need to just maneuver to the side of the arena that the flail is not going to be on. Your tank can help a lot with positioning here too, guys. So if your tank knows what they're doing, you'll be in really good shape here. But Obviously, this side of the arena being cleaved is a non-issue. We have a red and a blue over here. So we have save for both. So we're just going to dodge this flail and move into the correct debuff. This red crystal will go off, resolving our debuff, and we're out of the flail, which will go off afterwards, and both those mechanics are resolved. Warder's Wrath is raid-wide damage here. Mitigate or shield, heal up afterwards, whatever you prefer. The healing is not very intensive in these fights, guys, so it's not super important like planning your mitigation or anything. You can pretty much wing it. Just make sure you're healed up for those big raid-wide damages and you'll be in good shape. Then we're going to have Heavy Hand, which is another tank buster. Scholar's Seraph is really good in these fights as well. Alright, now we're going to have Shining Cells, which is the colored triangles again. Basically the phase 2. We're going to want to be healed up for that. Stack on his butt. Watch for the Ether Flail and the Jailer Flail. So you can see he's got the right side here, so we're going to be on left red. We have light orbs and right side cleave, left red. Now we have red orbs, left side cleave, so we want to be on right light. Pitiless Flail again. Want to get out of the way for that. Hopefully they use anti-knockback and can stack right up with the group. Heal up after the stack. We're going to have another Ether Flail here and Jailer Flail, so we want to move out of the cleave and into the proper color. Once that has gone off, it's basically rinse and repeat from this point, guys. You've seen the whole fight. That's it. Damage the boss down, and congratulations. You've just cleared the first circle of Pandemonium. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this video helped you out. I really appreciate it.